Keep it simple and build up from there. So in this video, I wanted to talk about the importance of simplicity and then progressively overload. So if you are somewhat starting out on self-improvement and you want to improve, it's best to do it in a slower manner. Now, yes, obviously you can there's ways of improving much faster and stuff like that, but it's best to be patient, especially at the start of your journey. And this is where you're going to be the most impatient. So this is where it's going to be the most hard to do, to progress very slowly, because you've always progressed quite fast. Maybe you're playing video games and stuff like that. And what they do is give you a false sense of reality. So they kind of give you a false sense of achievement, in that like you think that like you are the shit, you think like you're the king or whatever. And whereas you, like, in real life, you're just fuck all, no offense, but like, this is just the way it is, man. But it, it's important to know that you can improve your life, you can improve. And a lot of motherfuckers will like click off the video saying, "Oh, no, I'm improved." No, I'm not that. Like, your Jeffrey Brain's gonna say like, "Oh no, I'm all that," but like, it's really important to know that you can improve. You can improve your life, and you can't start leveling up in real life. And it's so important, especially at the start of your self improvement journey, to stay kind of consistent, and at least for a couple of months, and then you'll start to see like pretty good progress, and you'll start to see like changes in your body, people starting to compliment you. You'll start to change in your energy and stuff like that. Maybe some friends might even say, "Oh, I don't want to hang out with you anymore because you're not playing video games," and stuff like that. And it's kind of that thing of like, do you want to choose between, like, you don't have to like choose between like self-improvement or social life. It's good to have a balance, right? But obviously, if there's people pulling you down constantly and like kind of draining of your energy, it's important to like kind of get rid of that, because it's part of a sacrifice. If you want to start improving yourself, you need to make those sacrifices to make yourself better. And I've seen people do this, and it's hard. It's hard, especially the first couple of weeks or perhaps even months, depending on how close you are with this person. It's really hard for the first, that first kind of initial setup, and then it kind of gets easier after that. You kind of, drift off, and you can kind of start focusing more on yourself and stuff like that, especially if they're kind of pulling you down and all of that. You can still somewhat hang out with people, but just know that if you're not kind of doing the good habits like together, or you're not kind of on self-improvement, it's kind of hard to do both. So, and it makes it much easier when you've got a mate or someone that on self-improvement, so then you can kind of reflect off each other and stuff like that. Yeah, it's kind of like the importance of simplicity. I kind of got off topic there, sorry. But the importance of simplicity. So it's kind of like that 37-year-old Karen that goes to the gym like for 2 3 days, going hard and everything, making all this progress and stuff like that. She maybe lost like 5 kilos or something because she's like so overweight and so fat. It's so easy to lose weight. And she's going hard, she's losing all this weight, she's making all this progress, and then 2 3 days later, maybe even a week or whatever, weeks later, and she's like, "Oh, no, I don't want to go to the gym anymore. It's so boring, and I've done everything," and and maybe she even gets compliant, or she's just not compliant. She kind of gets a bit like, cocky, and she's like, "Oh, um, oh, I've done all this, and I know everything. I know everything." So she kind of gets a bit cocky like that, and she kind of starts going downhill and stuff like that. Starts doing, and maybe her mindset kind of changes, and it's also like she's kind of like doing too much at the same time. So like, especially when you're trying to implement simplicity, it's important to know that, all right, this is my boundary, and this is like my cutoff. Like, I don't want to do any more than this. So don't kind of have that ego where you can say, "Oh, I can take on this," whereas this will overwhelm you. It's good to just start here, and then slowly, progressively overload. You can't go into the gym and deadlift like 500 kilos straight away. Obviously, that takes a long like it's obviously a exaggeration, but like you can't lift that amount of weight if you haven't even l- lifted the bar yet. You know what I mean? You start off with the bar, you add 5 kilos, 10 kilos, and every single week you slowly start to add on and progressively overload. So first, just keep it simple. Even right before the shower, um, I like I personally like to do push-ups right before the shower, and I started off with like 5 or 10 or something, as much as I could do, and I would do just max out every single time. And I found that slowly, like this took years of just doing push-ups every single day, and I would find that slowly I would get up. Now I'm getting to the point where I can do like 70 in one go. So I've progressively overloaded over that time, and I've gotten better and better and better, and I've almost 7, 8, 9, 10 times my results over like years of practice. That's what I'm saying. Like this, it takes time, but obviously it works. This stuff really works if you really take the time to implement it into your life, and you really kind of put that effort into yourself. It's an investment too. It um, it helps you. It raises your quality of life, and it has so much benefits. So definitely, just start simple. Start, even just going out on walks or whatever, and maybe even sign up to a gym and stuff like that. And maybe I'll make a video about like workout programs and stuff, but I won't really talk about it in this video because it's not. It, this video will go on forever otherwise. But anyway, I hope you enjoyed. I hope you got some value out of it. If you liked it, give it a like. And if you're interested on the topic of self improvement, just like I am, please consider subscribing. It's a win win for the both of us. So, yeah.